This is really where you're going to see it right here. That's the chain. It is already breaking up. So right there. But you can see how so once I get this in front of everybody, I'll slow down and explain a little more about what's going on right there. See the chain?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
As that's starting to break up.
Oh yeah.
You can see just a little cluster of bees.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a chain that went to the bottom.
Oh.
See how his head is just so much bigger?
Yeah.
Right? And his whole body is about twice the size. But the eyeballs are the real tall. Pretty obvious.
Oh yeah.
Right? There's no mistaking a drone.
Wow. That's wild.
Okay. Mostly moisture and a little bit of sugar. They evaporate the moisture off. And it goes down to being 18% moisture or less. When it's that dry, it's actually so dry that it can absorb moisture back from the air. If it absorbs enough moisture back from the air, then it actually can ferment and spoil. So bees will at that point cover the cell with a wax cap. It's just like your grandmother picking peaches in the summertime and putting them up for winter. So long as they're in the jar, they're good. There is no finished honey in here right now. 2 weeks ago, this was full of honey. They have fed all of that to the babies, which means that they are no longer being conservative with their resources. They know there's a lot of food coming, and it's actually a sign of a good, strong, healthy hive. But what we are going to see here is fresh nectar that's in the process of being turned into honey. So here, let me brush these to the side. So the first thing I have to ask you all in this, let go of what you think you know. It's not an insult, but you know nothing about this. I need you to trust what your eyes are actually seeing. Bees do not want to sting you. So most people are terrified of bees. I ask them how many times they've been stung in their life, like once. How many car accidents have been in? 3. And now you think every bee in the world is after you personally. But you get back on the road, you don't think the cars are after you personally. Statistically, getting stung is an incredibly rare event. I'd be surprised if there's anybody who's not a beekeeper here who's been stung more than a couple to a few times in their life. Bees don't want to sting you. It is statistically a very rare. 3 bees on the underside, like 3 kind of little fleetlets. So rather than stripes on the underside, you got the bees.
That's wild.
That's where they make the wax. So the very next thing I'm going to show you is how they're taking those wax flakes and building the structure of the honeycomb. See? And the little V's on the underside. See it?
Oh yeah.
All right. So that's because it's not dry enough to be honey yet. So in order to be honey, it's got to be about 18% or less moisture. This might be 40, might be 60. It's on its way to being honey, but it's not there just yet. So I'm going to go around, and I'm going to show you the glistening liquid in the cells. That's the nectar. I also want to point out to you the bees that have their heads buried in the cell. So it's because of the smoke. So if you look here, you'll see, so the glistening liquid in there, that's the nectar.
Oh, wow.
And that's classic behavior in response to the smoke.
Gotcha.
That's what's going on.
Very cool.
So you can see here, so the glistening